Right, hi guys, welcome to my Let's Play of Star Wars The Old Republic. Now this isn't my first time that I've actually done a Let's Play on this, but I did remove all of those videos from YouTube just because I didn't continue it and it was a few years ago, and so now I'm starting a whole new one. So if you don't like to hear people waffle on and you just want to see me play the game and hear the story, I will timestamp when that starts and put it in the description, so go there. Now if you're still around and you want to hear me waffle on a little bit about how the game works, at least in the beginning part, then continue to hear me speak. So we are basically going to do 8 class stories back to back and then pick a light side character and a dark side character that we've been going on a journey with and do the expansions. And hopefully by the time I've done all that, it will be perfectly timed to begin the latest expansion, which comes out in September, which I'm very excited about. So for our first one, let's pick. Now I think I'm pretty much decided that I'm going to do a Empire character, I don't know, yeah, anyway. And what I always do when I get to this, I always leave the equipment open because I feel that the kind of weapons that you can use in this game is really important, for me anyway, in how enjoyable the gameplay is. I find a lot of the weapons that you use, like especially for the power tech, I don't like using sniper rifles. I find them really annoying to use in games, so I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to accidentally pick a class that I have to delete and then restart all this whole process. Now I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to do a Sith character towards the end. I have already played all of the class stories, and the Sith storylines are my favourites. So I'm going to leave them to last, best to last, of course. And we're going to do a bounty hunter, I think. So I already said that I don't want to do a power tech because of the weapons, so we're going to do a mercenary. So let's go. Like, I could go on and on about all of these things. I mean, I don't think I've ever read these, but they just give you sort of background into the classes that you're picking, the abilities. Like, I mean, if you really, really want to, I mean, good. I've clicked on all of them. You can go back and pause and read them. Right. So let's pick mercenary. Right, so a bit of background. I am a subscribed player now, and it's fairly recent. I only started subscribing about, I'm gonna say about February. It's end of May now, so it's been a few months. But before that, I was a preferred status player for about 3 years, and before that, I was a free to play player, and I did quite a lot of the story content on free to play, and it was absolutely fine. But if I can afford it right now, so I'm a subscriber, and to be honest, I'm not going to go back. Now that I'm a subscriber, I can see everything that I was missing. It is expensive, but I personally, for my gameplay use, I think it's worth it. Now, the reason why I'm telling you all of this now is because a lot of these they're easier to unlock when you're a subscriber because you get complimentary in-game currency every month for being a subscriber, which you can spend in their store, basically. And I'm not actually sure how you would. I think I did unlock a few of these as a free-to-play player. I think it is possible to do it. I just don't remember how or whether that's changed since the 4-5 years it's been since I was a free-to-play. Obviously, a lot has changed over the years, just sort of refining their game somewhat. So I'm going to pick a Twi'lek. I always feel like Twi'leks are quite good for bounty hunters. So yeah, let's pick this one. We're going to play as female.
I'm always a professional.
Obviously. Now, I'm really apologise if my mic is a bit off. It is a new headset, so I'm not entirely sure how the sound is sounding. From my tests, it does sound like you can hear like every nuance of my voice, which some people may like. I know I don't. So as soon as I can, I am going to try and fix this. All those faces look exactly the goddamn same. They haven't even tried to give these women Twi'lek faces any sort of depth. That'll do. I don't like scars. Not in real life, just in games. And Eyes. I don't know what. Okay, I think what the skin color is probably the most important. I quite like the light green ones. I'm gonna do light green.
If there's payment involved, I'm interested.
She's got a cool voice. I tend to go without headbands on Twi'leks.
If there's payment involved, I'm interested.
Just because, like, when you have the actual headband armor pieces, sometimes they sort of interact with her headband in a really weird way. So we're just not going to do that. And I quite like the dark tattoos.
I'm always a professional.
I'm not sure that those are included with, like, normally, because I was pretty sure I unlocked these before from sort of playing the game for so long, but I could be wrong now.
If there's payment involved, I'm interested.
I don't want it to be completely green. That seems a bit too samey. Let's go. Let's out greyish.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I think she looks gorgeous. Right. Oh, it's her complexion. Oh, no, I'm going to leave it. I could spend so fucking long on this. Right, we're going to call her Blavis, and we're going to go... Right, as soon as I do this, it's going to go into an intro, and I am going to have to mute it because YouTube basically gets pissy at me for copyright. So take your time, read it, pause the video if you have to read the intro. Right, so I hope you guys actually read that and enjoyed it. And now it's actually going to seamlessly go into a cutscene. Right, press spacebar to continue.
Almost set up. See if you can't get that security network running, Mako.
Sure thing, Braden. We'll be... hey now.
Hey, indeed. The main attraction is here. Team, this is the girl we're pinning all our hopes on. Best shot I've ever seen in Nerves of Steel. She's great hunt material, all right. What do you say, Hunter? Ready to meet your team?
Right, so this is an introduction of what you do in a story instance. So basically, you hear him speak, he gives you an option of how to respond, and the conversation goes on. It doesn't really affect how the conversation goes. If you say something rude, he may get angry at you, but in the end he says the same stuff. So it doesn't really matter what you pick. Every now and again you may get important decisions where one of these will either go towards your light side or dark side sort of point score, and that's not something that we have to worry about in this conversation, but I will show you in a little bit.
Is that who these people are?
Let's do things official-like. This is Mako, little genius I picked up years ago in Nar Shaddaa. She provides intel and tech.
Hope you're as good as the old man says.
And the big bruiser is Jory. He handles the heavy lifting and provides security for our base of operations.
Atungi ma chechu. I kutsig nang kihe.
Nice to meet you both. Let's get to work.
All right, enough introductions. Down to business. We're here because the Great Hunt has been called. Little Mako is the most rabid fan of hunter history this side of Geonosis, and even she doesn't know exactly what the Great Hunt entails.
I do know the names of every great hunt winner, though. Bloodworthy, the Defenestrator, Jewel and Nightbringer.
Every bounty hunter who's won a great hunt went on to massive glory and riches, which is why we're here.
What's our first move?
Here's what I know so far. The Great Hunt has two groups, the Mandalorian Elite and freelance bounty hunters sponsored by influential crime lords. There's no time to make you a Mandalorian. That means you need a sponsor.
Nemro the Hutt runs this stinking little town. I've got just enough pull with that gangster to get you an introduction. Mako, scan for every bounty in the area. I want the nastiest, most brutal, untouchable scum you can find.
I'm on it, Braden. One nasty character coming up.
We need to get you situated as a big-time hunter, at least as far as the locals know. Then we contact Nemro. Mako will plant rumors about your off-world exploits. But you have to take down someone impressive and local to sell the reputation.
You find a target, I'll take it down hard.
How's that scan coming, Mako?
Found something. Check this out. Vex Corellian, champion quick-draw artist, wanted for robbing 15 Imperial military pay stations.
Togawata kiko uba kiriwata buki donko.
Perfect. This Vex is either a madman or a glory hound, and he's obviously dangerous.
Says here Vex has a safe house in the bad part of town, right in the heart of the madness. That'll be fun.
Nemro the Hutt's enemy took over part of this town. It's dangerous poking around in there, but it's your best shot. Raid Vex's safe house and look for something that might help us track him down, but be ready for anything.
Excuse me, but I have a safe house to shoot up.
Be safe out there.
Right, so that is that. So now I'm going to do a quick run through of the UI and just basically overview of the things that we need to know right now. So you might have seen that I turned off the chat up here. You can turn it on, turn it off. We don't want to be distracted by other players, so we're just going to turn it off. Mail, that tells you basically how many mail you have. It's very self-explanatory. I will go see that in a minute. I only have mail there because I'm a subscriber and I have all the expansions. You get sort of free things for having gotten the expansion, and you get them every time you create a new character. I think the only really things we need to know right now, character sheet, press C. So one of I think the common things that people do in order to become a preferred status player, and that basically means that you've bought something in the game and you get certain perks for doing that. It's not being a subscriber, it's only a one-time payment, but you still get very good perks. And I was quite content with that for about 3 years, so it is worth looking into if you don't want to subscribe, but you still want to have that extra bit of gameplay. So character titles, that's something I think you get with preferred status player, yeah. Don't have any at the moment because we haven't played any of the game. Character flair, so because I've finished all 8 classes, I get a legendary status flair. Now I won't be using this at the moment because in our little make-believe world I haven't done them yet. And it basically just gives you a little symbol right there by your name and on your sort of character little icon. So we'll take that off, and I'm going to take my legacy surname, which is basically your server surname, so all of your characters share the same one. Obviously you can see all of the object slots. We haven't got any because we haven't played the game yet. And down here there's a customize appearance button. If you click it, you can hide the head slot. We don't have one on at the moment, so it's completely pointless. And show your dark side corruption, which I think the dark side corruption I'm really hit and miss with. Sometimes I have it on, sometimes I don't. So basically this meter here will tell you how many points you are towards the light side or the dark side, and you have this whether you are on the Republic side or the Empire side, it doesn't matter. Down here you commit to either side of the Force. Now automatically it will set it to whatever like faction you're in. I am going to do a dark side bounty hunter just because I am dark side at heart, so I have to. So we're going to keep that there, and eventually my appearance will change because I am dark side, and we'll see what she looks like. I may turn it off, but we'll have to see. We have to wait until we get to that first little dash there until something changes. And the only other thing I suppose is clicking I for inventory. I don't think really we'll sort of see things how they go like as we go. Oh yes, and I'm just going to rejig my my abilities a little bit. So we've got a buff that lasts for 60 minutes, and it's actually really annoying that my skill bar's in the way of that, so I can only just about read it. But I get a better endurance. I think it's about 5%. That is a heal that I don't generally use a whole lot. If I press P, I get abilities. If you just think powers instead of abilities, it should have just been powers for P. I'm just going to click General and get a quick travel, which is, if you're familiar with Guild Wars 2, it's basically like a waypoint system. And yeah, so I think the cooldown for a free-to-play player is about 20 minutes. It's only 4 minutes for a subscriber. And everything else is not important right now. So let's continue and play the game. Oh yeah, so that is out. I'm just going to go into the preferences and go into user interface and then show conversation alignment gain. So what this basically does is that when we're in one of those story instances like we were and the options come up, if one of the options is going to go towards either a light side or a dark side score, it will come up. It will show that is like going towards that. It's just sort of for quickness and ease of use for me. And yeah, so let's follow that other character that ran through here. Okay, sorry about that. So my recording software decided to crap out on me, and I just had to spend like 30 minutes trying to fix it, and now I completely forgot where it's ended. I'm assuming we didn't go over anything else since I left that room. Okay, so where were we? Okay, so now that we're in here, I can show you. So if you see these triangles, these basically denote that this is an NPC that wants to give you a quest. Now we won't be doing any of these yellow ones or these sort of see-through ones because I'm going to make sure that this Let's Play is it's basically about the main story. I will probably do the planet quests at least once on a dark side character and a light side character, just so that you guys can get a full sort of view of the quest system and all the stories and stuff that you have access to. So let's go. Oh yeah. So I was wondering when this was going to happen. So basically when you're a subscriber, which is something that is fairly new to me since I've only just sort of subscribed, your XP bar turns green, and it's when you're in a rest area, so like this cantina that I'm in. Oh look, they're having a duel. So it'll turn green, and whilst it is green you get double XP. So if you need to go AFK, or perhaps you just really want some double XP, get yourself into a cantina like this one, or somewhere that is like a rest area and just leave your character there. Just leave your character there. And I think it still works when you're offline if you sign off in the rested area. I don't know that, don't take my word for that, but I'm pretty sure that is true as well. Yeah, so let's move on. Oh, I should get my bearings. Right. And you'll have seen that I've just automatically unlocked part of the map. So we'll just press M for map, and you'll see that it's all obscured. I can't see anything other than the places that we're going, like in the near vicinity. And yeah, so we were just in this little cantina here, and you can see this pink bit is telling us that it wants us to go there. Anything to do with story is pink, basically. If there's a pink glowing thing on your map, it wants you to go to it. So for a minute, this is what the mail things look like. They're a bit different in every map, but generally they all sort of look like this, and they have a glowing mail icon. And I'm just going to pause quickly whilst I read through my mail. Okay, so that is me done. So you can see that the mail icon's disappeared now, so I've gone through it. So now in my inventory I've just collected some things, and I'm just going to quickly unlock all this stuff. I'm not going to go into detail about what each and everything is, because you guys probably don't give a shit. And even I don't actually know what all this stuff is. Decoration grant and mats. Oh, okay. So I can't even use it anymore because I've unlocked it too many times. And these are little pets, which are so cute because they follow you around. Now, I'm pretty sure you can buy these in the cartel market, which is the in-game sort of store here. But you do unlock these every now and again. And if you go to P, you can go to pets, and then you can click whichever one you want. So I'm going to put the little stalker thing because it looks badass. So we're going to do that one. And you'll also know that I unlocked some titles. Now, these, they don't really say anything about us and our ability to play the game, so I'm just not going to do it. I am going to put my legacy title up because I like to show off. Basically, historic is because my legacy, so basically you have your character's level, and then you have your shared characters from the server's level. Now, my legacy level's about 44, which is pretty bad for someone that's played as long as I have. But I mean, I'm trying now. This will help. I really would like to get to level 50 at least by the end of this Let's Play. And this guy is a godsend, basically. You'll be seeing a lot of this specific droid. Not this one here, but like this droid that is everywhere in the world. So he's basically a taxi.
Responsible for missed departures.
And unlike most games that you'll sort of click him and you'll just magically teleport to your next area, in Star Wars it will take you on the journey to the next place, wherever you want to go, and it does cost credits to go.
There are others waiting. Move along.
Oh, it's actually really frightening because my record button's like right above my escape button. I keep terrified I'm going to accidentally press stop record and then not realise. Okay, so let's get going. So it wants us to go down this way. I wonder if we can sort of kill a few things just to sort of show you. Oh look, there we go. So, oh no, are they loyalists? I thought they were baddies. Where are the baddies? Oh look, there's a baddies. A Fathra gangster. So this has, that vents heat. Oh, that doesn't even do any damage. What the fuck is it doing on the top bar? And I also just locked it so that I don't accidentally sort of take them off. Right, let's just start mashing buttons. I think that sounds really loud in my ear. I hope that's not too loud for you guys. You know, I might actually just sort of turn that down. Hold on. Just turn down the volume a bit. Right. Okay, so now a blue line has shot up into the sky, and that basically means we've got loot. So you just right click here and you collect the loot automatically. It's all done and done. So it wants us to go, see that green door? That denotes that it wants us to go there. We've got a story instance, and if you like just hover over it, it will say a bounty hunter phase, and you can go in. So we're in Vex's safe house. Ooh, baddie. Ooh. So if you start mashing your weapon buttons, you will automatically sort of kill. It will automatically like what's the word I'm trying to think of? Target. That's it. It will auto target. Oh, that was actually really quite easy. Right. So you see, it's glowing blue. Anything interactable in this world will be glowing blue. I'm not sure if they all pulse like that, but they will be that blue colour, sort of overlaying whatever it is. So it's a good sort of, if you see anything in the world that's got nothing to do with the story, but is glowing blue, just click it. Just click it. What's the worst that could happen? Awesome. So we've just collected something. What's this? Okay, so we've got this glowing yellow thing. We're ignoring that for now because there's nothing I can do about it. But this character thing, so combat proficiencies. So we go on this, and this is where we basically decide what kind of mercenary build that we want to do. Now, I'm not going to be a healer, so we're either going to do arsenal or that's a really hard word to say. Innovative ordnance. Now, I'm pretty sure that looks familiar. I'm pretty sure I've done that before, so I kind of want to do one that I haven't done. Has this got quite big cooldowns? Cooldowns really annoy me. That's probably why I've been doing innovative. Oh, you know what, I'm just going to say ordnance. Yeah, this one doesn't have as... Oh no, it still has cooldowns. Okay, I'm going to do this one. Right, so we've basically now that the abilities that we get... Boo! Boo! The abilities that we get will be tied to that choice that we just made. I hear a lot of guns outside. Okay, so you see the pink is telling us to go back this way. So we're going to go back and speak to our team, so we can find Vex. Eventually, when we actually sort of get out into the open world a bit more, I will mute my voice and we'll just and I'll speed it up so that you guys don't have to hear me talk through like just pointless things. Right, let's go. And we're ignoring that one as well. We'll do it on the way out.
I'm just saying I want to go on some missions. My blaster aim is pretty good. Anything's better than sitting around with you in our gear. No offense, big guy.
Wana wada blota wijawa. O wamawanka matuske.
Hey, look who's back. How'd it go out there, girl? Find anything?
Vex left a data pad at his safe house.
Great, give it over and I'll see what I can make of it.
Uchusa yomata chitoya. Nam kanoya choski nawi.
What were you two doing while I was gone?
The same as me. Taking care of all the boring details so you don't have to.
Hey, Brayden. How was Nemro's palace? We getting our hunter in to see this hut?
I've laid the groundwork, but we're not there yet. What have you got?
A data pad from Vex's safe house. Cracked the encryption in record time. Check out that last entry.
Our boy Vex keeps detailed records. There's a receipt here for a shuttle ticket he bought today. We'll have to move fast. Only the boldest make it into the Great Hunt. And Vex is a bold target. He's a champion gunslinger, completely ruthless. What do you say, Hunter? You ready to take down Vex all by yourself?
I'm always ready.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. If you head out now, you'll catch Vex at the shuttle port before he escapes. Bring back Vex's ID tags as proof that you're the one who got him. Anything else he carries is yours to keep.
O kakiza spida perupa. Gadwa shiniko higa danulia.
Cool, so that is that done. Oh, when we went up a level. Because obviously you don't need loads of XP to level up right at the beginning of the game. What have we got? So we've got a new blaster, and if you sort of hover over it without clicking it, it'll tell you how much better it will be if you equip it. So we'll just equip it, and obviously we've got two, but yeah, so that's fine. I'm just gonna drag my med pack, which is a healing, just like healing potion sort of equivalent, and just put that there, so it's got easy access. Right, so now we are going to go over to this pink one. See the difference? The pink ones are the ones we want to do, and the yellow ones are the ones that are boring. Not boring, I just don't want to do them.
Hey, little girl. Aren't you just the cutest thing to ever pick up a blaster?
Ooh, let's flirt.
All right. You've got basic powers of observation. Any other useful skills I should know about?
If only, my little lovely. but I'm a taken and guarded man. My partner Zinni and I train and supply bounty hunters. Got a little area to test out new gear, the whole bit. You want to really impress Braden? Go let Zinni show you what she knows.
Awesome. I think we will do the planet quests, the side pink quests. Ooh. We will do that in this character, I think. If we do it on the first sort of characters we do in each faction, and then we won't do them again because they'll be exactly the same. Cool, so let's get going. There's a lot of characters around. I can't actually see how many characters there are because my timer and like my FPS reader are in the way of it, so I can't see. Oh look. So that guy spoke of his partner Zinni, and you'll see that it's all glowing up on our map. So we'll go directly to her, and she's basically will teach us new skills. That is her job, and we're just going to click her.
I never miss my mark. You won't either if you listen.
We finished the quest, so we just press accept, and we've gone up a little bit, and basically we right click these and we get them. So this one does damage, we always love those. This is a passive, and we don't have anything for our bounty hunter abilities yet.
Good hunting out there.
Okay, so what's she still saying? I hate that. So it hasn't updated on the map that we have no more abilities. You'll notice that the plus is gone from above her head. That means that she has no more abilities for us. But on the map, sometimes it takes a bit for it to catch up with itself. This game is mega buggy, like seriously buggy. I try to look at it as it's one of its charms, but over the course of however many goddamn hours this game is going to take for us to get through, you'll hear me say, oh, that's a bug, oh, that's buggy, like over and over again. I do apologise in advance, I just can't help it. Okay, so let's follow the pink, through the big green door. Right, so let's kill some baddies. Should we try out our new ability? Can I do that? Oh, it's got a really long cooldown. You'll see that they do basically no damage. Like you can just like mash one and you'll be absolutely fine. I think that's for a game that's sort of supposed to be known for its combat, and I mean it's Star Wars, you know, combat's got to be a big part of it. I personally don't think it comes up to muster. I think a lot of the sort of design implements towards the end of the game, when they've started to introduce expansions, which are obviously a lot more recent than this stuff is, they definitely hit the ball out of the park. It's so good. The expansions are really, really good. But this starter class stuff is a bit wearing. Gotta get my loot because I have no money. And we'll just do our heal until that goes up. Okay, we're all good. I'm just going to kill all of the baddies in here just because it gives us some good XP. I think a good sort of thing to live by is always be 2 levels ahead of where you need to be in this game. Because if you're under level in any planet, your life it just gets very difficult. So always over level. If you're a bit under level for the planet that you're on, just do some side quests or do some sort of dungeons, which I will go over in a minute. We will do a dungeon, but it's imperative that you just over level, okay? Just do what I say. Your life will be better. Let's get some XP. See, this is so boring. I've got 3 abilities, and it's just mash one, mash one, mash one. We'll just heal ourselves before we do this sort of. So silver is it's sort of like the next tier of strength of an enemy. Don't really have to be worried about that. See, it's very slightly harder than the goons, but not so hard that we couldn't defeat him without losing any health. And here is Vex.
Huh? What's this? A lawman of sorts. Never thought I'd see the day dashing Vex would get cornered by an ugly alien brute.
Oh, that was rude.
You break Imperial law, you pay the price.
Ha! But I know something you don't. Vex is not your ordinary run-of-the-mill thug. Oh, no. Vex is the galaxy's greatest quick-draw artist. Vex can shoot your ears off so fast, you won't even hear yourself scream.
Oh, we're so gonna wound him.
Show me.
Oh! Cheater!
Oh, straight into a battle. Bash one, mash one. Awesome. And he is dead. And we've leveled up, which is awesome. So you'll notice that was it. I did it too quick. I'm going on autopilot because I've played this game so much, so I may sort of do something and then need to explain after. But you saw that yellow line. That means that there's a quest item for us to pick up. And if you press your inventory and go to mission items, that is where they go. And you go to currency, and I've got some cartel coins because I'm a subscriber, and I'm not going to go into that sort of stuff because you don't need to know about it. We'll wait until we've hit the level cap, and then I might use some cartel coins to get us some really nice sort of gear. So at the moment, that does 20 armor better, and it does change appearance, and that's all we need in here, I think. Is that a minor, same sort of med pack? Basic, minor, so we'll just put them both there. Right, so now we can leave, and I think I will just speed this up for you guys, so see you in a minute. So a sort of nifty thing about this game, which I actually wish more games did, is if you press M whilst you're in movement, it will sort of fade to the point where you can still see it and move at the same time. And I think there is somewhere in the settings where you can up the opacity of this or lower it if you want, which I think I have done. So if it's a little bit out, that'll be why. So yeah, that's a really cool. So if you're in a maze of, right now it's not really necessary, but if you're in an interior where it's really complicated, loads of hallways branching off from each other and you have no idea where you're going, that is a godsend. So we're going back to, I haven't even been paying attention. What is our team called? I think it's Mako. Is her name Mako?
Hey, old timers, I'm Jory. Brayden. What happened? Is the old man...
He looks pretty dead. Jory, too.
No. The old man's really dead. But he... Oh, damn it! Wait, you had something to do with this.
If I did, you'd be dead too.
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. It's just... I've been with Brayden for years. I know you didn't have any reason to hurt him. And I just can't believe he's gone.
There must be some way to find out what happened.
You're right, there is. Jory and I set up surveillance gear all over this room. Whatever happened here should have been recorded. Fire up that monitor. Let's figure out who did this. Blasted, someone's tampered with the recording. I can still get some of it, though. Here we go.
Move and you're dead. Now if you know what's good for you, you're gonna back out nice and slow.
Oh, I know precisely what's good for me. Winning the Great Hunt won't merely be good. It will be splendid. When I win, the entire galaxy will know the name Taro Blood. And I'll charge extravagant fees for my services, won't I, Seddon?
The highest in the galaxy. Only the filthy rich will be able to afford you.
Taro Blood. I've heard of you. Nearly got crippled by the other Mandalorians at the Great Hunt 10 years back.
Ah, yes, that. An unfortunate bit of history. This time, I plan to win. Of course, that will be simpler if my competition doesn't include rivals beyond my fellow Mandalorians. The Twi'lek Vibroblade Master from Ord Mantell? Gone. The Chiss droid builder fond of explosives? Gone. That just leaves your protege to remove.
Kunta chuta. Kasuyali kulira. Kanki kum.
You misunderstand. The rules forbid killing competitors before the allotted hour. Thus, the promising up-and-comers I mentioned are very much alive. I simply eliminated them as threats. And how does one slow a charging Gundark, Sidon?
Blast his legs out from under him.
Destroy the upstart's so-called crew. I'll be outside, innocently unaware. Jory, shoot to kill!
Too late, old man.
That scum. He didn't even have the guts to kill them himself. He had his lackeys do it. Coward. The big mouth running the show claimed he was Taro Blood. He's a big shot even for a Mandalorian. When he started out, Taro Blood was major news. Rumor says everyone united against him when he tried the Great Hunt.
This time he's stacking the deck in his favor.
If what he said was true, he's already nicked some other competitors. Taro Blood barely survived elimination from the Great Hunt last time. He was out on his back for years. Major squash, you know? If Blood's determined to win the Great Hunt, our best bet of catching up to him is getting you in that competition.
I'm here to win the Great Hunt. That hasn't changed.
The thing is, Brayden spent all our credits getting us here. We're stuck on this stupid planet. Nemro the Hutt is the only boss with enough clout to sponsor you for the Great Hunt. We need him more than ever. If nobody knows Brayden is dead, I should be able to get you a meeting with Nemro. This'll take every favor I can call in, and I'll need the tags from your bounty. Should be enough for 2 burials.
That should cover it.
I'll do something nice for them. At least as nice as I can manage on this cesspool of a planet. I did everything I could to build your reputation, but now you'll have to make an even bigger impression. Nemro's enemies are all over town. Take out some leaders before you visit the palace, and you'll score points with the Hutt.
Right, so now we know how the story is going to go. Oh wow, that goes a lot. So this will give us a new sort of appearance. Should we see what we look like? Okay, so now I'm going to do a new feature. So if you press this Unify Colours thing, it will basically make sure that all the colours of your gear match that of the torso piece. And it's only ever the torso piece. So now everything matches and I look pretty. So we can continue. So we need to defeat Farther's street captains. Oh, I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. Alright, let's go kill some shit. Right, there are loads of people out here at the moment, so it's going to be a bit of a race to find the... Oh, is there a street captain? Yes! One-shotted. One-shotted! Why aren't these people harder to kill? There is, like, this, like, oh, it's just no fun when they're so easy to kill. I'm just going to do something. Why not? They're not even worth the skill 2 or 3. I'm just going to do 1. Right, is that a street captain? Yes. Okay. Oh, green. So green means like a gear sort of item, so something that you can equip as gear. So we don't have braces, so we're going to equip that. Is this good for us? Oh, we've got some new trousers, and all of this is rubbish. And you'll have to click Unify Colours again, so it doesn't automatically do it. You have to keep clicking it until you've got them all. So where are we going now? Straight ahead. Oh, baddies. We like baddies, don't we? Give us XP. Oh, it says that... I don't know whether that actually says we've got an ability or whether it's just going to be bugged again. But let's just... Is it? I can't actually see it from this angle. Can I see her? Someone's fucking nameplate's in the way. Yeah, okay, we can do it.
I never miss my mark. You won't either if you listen.
Oh, it's passive. Boring.
Good hunting out there.
Come on. I think what I'll probably do is, to any sort of areas that we've already been to, I will speed it up. But if we're going somewhere for the first time, I won't. Or maybe I will. I can't decide. Let me know in the comments if you think I should speed up, like if you actually want to see this kind of stuff. Because I know I'll find I'll just waffle on about meaningless rubbish if I'm just sort of left alone to do this. Right, so we're in a cantina. So you see that said that you have entered a rest zone. That is when the bar will turn green eventually if I stayed here for long enough, which I actually intend to do. So I think I'm going to end the episode here, just so that I can watch it back and see how everything has turned out. And then in the next episode we will continue with our bounty hunter phase and speak to Nemro the Hutt. So thank you very much for watching.